So, Bernard, very passionate, very passionate. I love it. Now, could you please just inform me more? What's your definition of creativity?
Well, I think more so than a definition, I think the biggest thing is that if you're in this industry, we're creating something that's not necessarily a commodity, all right? Like if you're selling corn or grain, or you're selling fuel, you're selling wood, it's something physical that you can touch. You know, if I want to make this, I could sell this, I could put this in a store. You watch Shark Tank all the time. I love that show, but it's always like, hey, here's a little widget, something that someone created, and then how they get distribution. They just have to make that one little product. What we create, it's nothing that you can touch. All right, like the way I make a living is by creating something that someone like has to have a value to what it is. So like that video that represents someone's business, it's not something they can physically touch, really. You know, so it's the amount of creativity that I put into it. It's important to figure out how to get paid for that. So everyone has a different idea. So like I just got off a phone call, we took a break here. A client sent a lead, they want to produce hundreds of videos, and they could, easily get a quote from me and 10 other people. But I guarantee you the final product of what we create is going to be different to all 100 people. Because it's the way I put a spin on it, the way I see the way it should be filmed and edited. And by creating a lot of videos and creating a lot of portfolio, you're able to kind of show people ahead of time, this is the style and the creativity that we bring to the table versus someone else. And there's a lot of creative people, and that's the thing I love about the business, is that I'll always look to work with other people that, I admire. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not something that you can make and sell in physical. Creativity is not a commodity. It's something
it's an intangible.
It's
process.
an intangible thing that you're asking people to exchange money for.
Yeah.
So
how can you get from point A to point B, getting that client to understand the value exchange that you're providing for them?
I mean, the way I see it is that if you're, let's say like it's I don't know, it doesn't matter what kind of business it is, right? It's a 24-hour day, 7-day a week salesperson. So if someone lands on your website and you don't have a video playing there, they're just like, you're missing out. So if I create a video for you for $5,000, and then, for the next 5 years, every time someone visits your website, they understand what you do, who you are, why you do, like it's a salesperson day and night. So the return on investment there, it's like, okay, it's just trying to explain to people that they're not just paying for a video, they're investing in something that's going to help grow their company or grow their exposure. So it's,
I never saw it that way.
It's a 24/7 salesperson.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like, hey, what do you do? Boom, go to my homepage. And there's companies that we work with that are like huge Fortune 500 companies, and they have the same profile video that we did for them 5 years ago. Still right there, like on the About Us page and on the homepage. And every time someone loads up the site, boom, that video starts playing. So if they go out and they sell a deal for $10 million, they sell an airplane, an airplane part. We do a lot of stuff with aircraft, like huge, big budget things. They get one new client from that. You're talking about something it's like 1,000 times return. And what we do with like yachts and real estate, going back to that, if you pay us a couple grand or $1,000, whatever, to do a photo shoot for a development, the broker goes out and sells the place for $5 million and makes $100,000 commission. Like what's the $1,000 that he's paying? So it's a lot more value that we're offering than I think a lot of people understand. They just think about it as, hey, I have a drone, I have a camera, I could go shoot it, whatever you pay me, I'm happy, because it's more than I'm making working, minimum wage somewhere. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like if you create something that helps create like real income for someone, there's a lot of value to what we do. And then they keep on selling.
Yeah, they keep on selling. It. And it only helps build their brand, because they can take that one thing and it's like, this is what we've done.
Now they can get more listings.
Yeah.
So if you're a realtor, you're like, hey, I was one of the first people doing real estate videos, but like it took so much time to create that the price points were pretty high. Because we didn't have drones, we didn't have this stuff. We had camera cranes and jibs and all this other stuff, but it was a big production to make something really high quality, you see. But now it's gotten so affordable, really, with anyone with the camera with the little gimbal can do a walkthrough. But I still see a lot of realtors not doing videos. Same thing with the yacht brokers. Yeah. They're like, hey, a photo shoot is fine. Like, yeah, a photo shoot's great, but someone who's going to spend $1 million on that boat or that house, like they want to experience what the lifestyle is like. You know, they really want to see it, especially a boat. It's moving. How are you not going to have a video of your boat moving? You know, like
it doesn't sink.
Like, it's fucking crazy to me, honestly. You know,
So
it's a moving mansion. You know, and the way we capture it underwater with the drones, it's like, you know, if someone's going to spend the money, they're smart. To have the money to invest in a yacht, they've done something right, and they expect to see the best quality stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to spend a couple grand or whatever it is, I mean, we're talking about a small investment, and then the return of it, you know, 10% of $1 million boat is $100,000 commission. Even when you take off the taxes, you split it up, whatever it is, it's like you're not willing to spend $1,000 to make 100 grand. Like it's hard for me to believe. But luckily we have clients, you know, that do realize the value in it. And when they sell boats and they move on to the next one, that makes me happy, because it's like, I'm not going to charge more. I just want to keep on making content that sells.
And it also drives people and encourages them to want to live to the best of their abilities, even though there's sacrifices. But that has led into this new project that you're doing called BOATPOIA.
Right.
Yes. Tell us a little bit more about BOATPOIA.
So regardless if you're selling videos as a service or whatever it is, it's like you're still in the service business, right? You're always going to have clients, you're always going to have customers, you know, and you're always trying to find the next job.
Yeah.
Right? Regardless of what industry. My passion from day one, the reason I started Bino Vision, which is the original company, Bino Vision Productions, was to create entertainment and lifestyle entertainment. And that's what Symbols of Success is, you know, a lifestyle show. We created a documentary movie all about entrepreneurship called the Yes Movie. And then I was like creating all this awesome footage for all these yacht companies. I was like, well, there's not many TV shows out there. There's actually no TV shows about the yachting industry, besides like Below Deck, which is more of a reality show about the crew members hooking up and fun stuff. You know, I enjoy watching that, but it doesn't really elevate the yachting industry, you know, and really provide information for someone into boating. And then there's really hundreds of shows about fishing. There's hundreds of shows about fixing up homes and cars and flipping homes and cars. So the boating industry is a $150 billion industry, but I couldn't find a show that dealt with the lifestyle or really well-produced content about the yachting, you know, life. So that's what BOATPOIA kind of is. It's like a luxury travel show where we could go to all the best boating destinations and really take viewers on board some of the coolest super yachts in the world, as well as, you know, a day boat that you could have behind your house for 100 grand. We're going to show you what that's like, and show you the kind of the coolest things out there.
Man, full story.
Yeah.
That is great. I was there. I was there when you came up with that idea. I'm just like, you have all this content. Let's create a platform where the people can enjoy and be entertained, as well as being informed and then entertained is like the new phenomenon that's been happening. It's called edutainment.
Right.
And that is, you have to be well versed and well crafted and have a lot of experience to condense what you know into a fun and applicable way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's look, there's a lot of information about boats out there. You can watch YouTube videos where they talk about the motors, but we're not so much about the technical stuff. You know, BOATPOIA is like an experience. And so rather than like we would create an amazing video for someone, they post it on a site where the only people going to that website are the handful of people that are searching for that specific boat. So you're not creating stuff that's meant to be watched like at home on a couch and be like, wow, this is really cool. What if I had a lifestyle like that? It's people are looking at it for research. So that's why like the way things are going. I mean, now we have BOATPOIA. Anyone in the world can stream it live from their smart TV. So if you have Apple TV, Roku, any of this stuff, you could search for Binge Networks. We'll put a link to it. It's called Binge, B-I-N-G-E, like you're binge watching something. And this is a channel that has all these different lifestyle shows about cooking, about yoga, about whatever it is. But BOATPOIA is one of the featured shows on there. So now if you have a smart TV, search for Binge Networks. You'll see BOATPOIA right there, and then you can stream all the episodes for free anywhere in the world.
Okay. Wow.
Which is, to me, like the coolest thing, because then you're creating something that can be seen by an audience that are either into boating, not into boating, but want to see, hey, what's it like to be on a 150-foot super yacht? You know, there's thousands of people involved to build that boat over years. So there's all these cool stories that are out there, and I wasn't seeing it like a platform for any of that. So that's BOATPOIA, baby. That's the new symbols of success. Is version 2.0. But now I have 20 years experience creating content for all these different brands and companies, and I'm just trying to create value for them, because when I walk through the boat show and you see thousands of boats on display sitting there all lined up, it's like, from a buyer perspective, how do you pick one? You know what I mean? It's like going to the grocery store and you see like a stack of oranges. There's hundreds of them. Yeah, you're looking for one that's not rotten, but still, how do you know this one's gonna taste better than that one? It's almost impossible to know unless you've done the research ahead of time. And we don't want to make people do research. We want to show them the coolest stuff and then let them think about it and be like, wow, I never knew about this brand. I never knew that those boats were made, in the US, or it's got the finest craftsmanship. And then when they go to the show, they already have like an idea in their head of, hey, that's the one I want to take a look at, because it looked fun. I saw them taking it to the Bahamas. I saw how easy it was to operate, and I could picture myself on that boat one day. So to me, it's an old industry. It's ripe for disruption. And Gary Vee and all these guys, they're all about disrupting industries. And that's really, in the modern day, this is like where you need to be thinking.
Okay.
Disruption, break things. And then, but give people a solution. Give people a way where,
Don't tear down.
Yeah, like someone did tell me this when I was starting off, like, give a shit about like the people you do work with. You know what I mean? Like I don't care so much, like if someone, I give a shit about like the boat industry, because I know the brokers, I know the manufacturers, these guys work hard. It's not an easy business, and like they have great products, they have great things they're creating, and for them to just like put an ad in a magazine of a picture, or go to a boat show and sit there for 5 days hoping someone's gonna walk by and be like, hey, I like the way the boat looks compared to the million other boats that I see here. Like, I give a shit that they sell more boats and more people know about them. And that's why I'm taking the time to invest in creating a show like BOATPOIA, because it is going to be a platform. If everyone in the world that knew about boats or liked boats or ever thought about yachting in their life knew there was a show they could go to, then now you're creating value. Now you're going to have a line of people lined up saying, hey, look, instead of spending $1 million to sit at a boat show next year, we're going to take a fraction of that budget and be featured on your show in a cool and fun, entertaining way that people could watch on their phones, on social media, on Instagram, streaming anywhere in the world.
Mind blown.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And if it works for all the car shows that are out there and all the shows about flipping and fixing homes, there's actually shows about RVs and motorhomes. I did the research. There's an outdoor channel. There's like a dozen shows about motorhomes, all right? Which is basically a land yacht. So if you could have successful shows on TV about motorhomes, I'm telling you, the yachting industry is next, and I'm going to be the one to do it. Let's talk about the important things.
So,
family,
what,
kids.
What would you tell your younger self if they wanted to start? Would you change anything?
Yeah, I would say take
your time.
No, to tell a younger self, obviously.
You do have a younger self.
Yeah, I'm telling my son right now. I got a 2-year-old son, so.
Yeah. And your wife has been with you too.
Yeah.
And she's been like a support system. So you had a support system?
Well, yeah. The thing is this, is like I've been successful living and working in Miami, mostly, because I have a strong support next to me. I have the woman that I love. We started dating, maybe 15 years ago. She's on the cover of the show, sad because she was the host, So like this is all things happen, It's like I was looking for a beautiful blonde host for the show. She showed up, and then we started dating. Then we moved to Miami, and then now almost 15 years later, we have a beautiful son, and we're expecting our daughter this summer. So that support has kind of helped me keep focus from a lot of the bullshit that's out there.
Yes, and there's a lot.
And there's a lot of distractions. There's no question about it. We live in a city, when Ultra was downtown, I would wake up here, I'd hear boom, 2 in the morning. Actually, the other morning, I woke up to go to the bathroom at 2 in the morning. I see all the buses out the window leaving Ultra, I'm sitting there going, this is crazy. But what's cool about it is I did all that, I can't say this is crazy. I think it's great, I think it's all fun and games, but I think the main thing is being focused, I don't regret anything from being younger. I think I did spend a lot of time and money pursuing other projects, but I think you learn from those things. And you know, finding mentors. I've been lucky to have a lot of cool mentors, from business gurus, you know, to like people in personal development. I've read a lot of books about this stuff. So I definitely believe investing time in learning and working on yourself is way more important than scrolling and see what other people are doing, because that's one way to screw up your mind. Because everyone knows, like, if that perfect life that you see, you know, it's nothing's real like that. You know, people, celebrities, Instagram models, whatever it is, they all have their own shit going through. But you know, like that's just a facade. So I think people need to go back to their roots, invest in time, spend time with themselves, with their family, you know, and that's really like the most important thing in life. And I'm just trying to set myself up for my son the same way my dad worked his ass off to provide a good education for me and my family, you know, and it's not easy. You know, it's a fucking hustle. But you keep doing it, and good things happen, man. If you're a good person, you treat people the right way, and you really give a shit about your clients, you give a shit about your family, and you take care of people, you know, I think anyone can make it.
Wow. Now, you've been an incredible guest, and to close this off, if there's any way for anybody out there to reach you through all the global networkings and social media platforms, if you can just give us some names and then spell it out for us, and then we'll also have all the links in the descriptions of everything that he's spoken about, so you can be in contact with him after you have a thorough press kit.
Yeah, forget the press kit, man. Just make it, you know, I mean, like, look, we're here in Brickell, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why I'm in the middle of the city here. I mean, it's like all around us is construction. I mean, like, the office is called building. I was here day one when they opened because I saw they were building Miami. This is like a tech startup eco center, all right? And I saw all the high rises going up. I know there's millions of people that are moving here to Miami, and we want to meet creative people. And I want to meet talented people. If you're a writer, photographer, editor, blogger, journalist, social media, we all together can be a lot more successful if we're working together, rather than just everyone scrambling to go try and do things on their own. And it hurts me because I see a lot of people that just got out of college are like, hey, I have a camera, I can edit, but all of a sudden they assume they're on the level. You know what I mean? Like, hey, they don't need to work with me. They don't need to, like, they just want to do it themselves. And that's fine, but it's like,
don't have that ego.
Yeah, it's like a fucking ego for nothing. It's like I'm here in the office till 2 a.m. sometimes editing the BOATPOIA episode so I could bring it to the TV conference, because no one else is gonna do it. You know, if I had an ego and thought my shit was that great, then it's like I wouldn't be making new things. So, you know, to end on a positive note, you know, like, if you're good at what you do, that's great. Reach out to me. You know, it's very simple. Go to bonomotion.com. There's a contact form there. I'm on social media, Bonomotion Video. All of our Instagram profiles, I have a dozen of them for BOATPOIA, for Marine Video. But the main thing is just, you know, reach out to me, send me a message, Facebook, whatever it is, and then just say, hey, Bernie, you know, here's where I'm at, here's what I'm trying to do. And if you want to get in the video business, go out, put down this video, start shooting something, editing something cool, and then let's, you know, and then if we have time, we could set up a time to meet.
All right. So I hope you guys love this video and the videos that I have been producing.
Let's go.
I love the people, I love the guests. If there's any feedback that you would like to give me, please let me know in the comments below.
Yes.
If you can please subscribe. If there's any way that I can improve on it, let me know. I would be glad to hear it. And I also want to know what's on your mind. This is an ongoing conversation.
Let's go.
I want to, you know, understand you guys more. I want to provide more value, more content for you.
Yep.
So if there's anything that I can do, just please let me know. I'll gladly help out to the best of my abilities to provide you this content.
You're crushing it, bro. Let's go.